Here we go. Come on, y'all. Yeah. What's going on, y'all? Urban Therapy with Son. Saturday afternoon, baby. And today we're going to talk about the dangers of putting somebody on a pedestal. Pedestal. How do you pronounce that exactly? Well, we're going to talk about the dangers of putting somebody on a pedestal because you've probably experienced, like I've experienced, that when you think that somebody is larger than life, when you think that somebody is so much better than you, and somebody is so capable of doing something that you would never think about doing, or something special that you think that you're unworthy of, sometimes we run the risk of making a person better than what they really are, or expecting something from them that they can't deliver. And that's what we're going to talk about today on the Urban Therapy with Son show. I'm so glad to be here, and I'm glad y'all here too, and I really appreciate y'all coming through. We're going to talk about putting somebody too high, making them think that they too fly. They can never have no flaws. They can't fall, but you know that it happens to all of us. Y'all put them there, and we make sure we have to bring them down to the chair, sit down for a minute, and represent. Yo, we going to talk about these words that I meant. And it's the Urban Therapy with Son show. My name is OSUN. The cinco dose, giving you the most conversation. Make sure this devastation that we talk about is nothing but a nation of millions trying to hold us back, and we make sure we know how to act. All right, so this is the Urban Therapy with Son show. I'm your host, Son752, and we're talking about the dangers of putting somebody on a pedestal. Have you ever put somebody on a pedestal? Have you ever made somebody think that they were so much better than you, so much more qualified than you, so much more worthy than you, without flaws, without problems, without, it could have been somebody who had a talent that you really liked or you really respected, and you know how it is when you're younger and you don't understand. You think that somebody is so much better at something, or that they are such a better person that we may not have been able to live up to. Somebody may have put you on a pedestal at some point in your life, and you were thinking like, listen, I got flaws just like all y'all. What you talk about? Yeah, I stand tall, but sometimes I feel small. Inside, I don't feel so great. And sometimes when I see people better than me, I hate. But I see that you really think that my shit don't stink. Well, it does. And I feel a buzz. And when I have to come through and pick up my cousin, I be thinking that I'm better than, because you made me feel that I was better than. Well, that's what we're going to talk about today on the Urban Therapy with Son show. The dangers of putting somebody on a pedestal. You know what happens when we put the pastor or the preacher in the church on a pedestal. Oh, he's a man of God. He's a man of God. He would never, ever, ever, ever. He would never, ever, ever. You know what happens when we do that. It could be somebody that you never knew, that you never met. Somebody like a celebrity. Hold on. Okay, we good. We good. We good. Yeah, man. So, it goes down. It goes down when, God, what the heck? All right. It goes down when we admire somebody so much, or when we think that somebody has such a talent or a skill or an ability or a way about them that is above reproach. Maybe because a celebrity was so good at, it could be a sports celebrity, it could be an actor, it could be a singer. Maybe they were so good at their talent, at their skill, that we just thought that nobody could be as good as they were. And maybe the way their personality was set up, is, at least from what we could see, maybe we thought that they were just, I don't know, heaven sent. Maybe we thought that they were just heaven sent, God sent, and that They were sent here to send us a message and to do things on this earth and in this world that had never been done in such a way and quite a fashion that they were doing it. And it's okay to feel that way. But remember, when you think that somebody is out of this world, eventually they're going to have to come back to earth. And you're going to have to come back to earth. And unfortunately, the way that we realize that people have to come back to earth is we catch them in an uncompromising position. You know, when you see somebody that you thought was pure as the driven snow, and you find out they got a little bit of hoe in them. They got a little bit of freak in them. As a human being, we may be able to look the other way. Like, so what? So what? God made everybody a little freaky. It ain't no big deal. But remember, you were the one who declared this person pure as the driven snow. You are the one who thought that they weren't interested in the opposite sex or the same sex. You were the one who thought that they had so much self-control that they would never be out of pocket, that they would never be exposed. Remember back in the 80s? Remember back in the 80s when Vanessa Williams won the Miss America pageant? Remember? You know, Miss America is supposed to be America's sweetheart. She's supposed to be beautiful. She's supposed to be smart. She's supposed to be talented. And she's supposed to be untouched. She's supposed to be unfiltered. She's supposed to be just a little bit higher than everybody else that maybe competed in the pageant but didn't win. And remember, Vanessa Williams was the first black Miss America. So she had a lot of weight on her shoulders. She had a lot of weight on her shoulders. As far as wait a minute. I just got a message that said that there's an echo, a really bad echo. A really bad echo. Do y'all hear it? Is the sound quality compromised on the show? Because it shouldn't be, because the audio is coming through the phone. Okay. No echo on YouTube? Okay. Stacy, do you hear an echo or some kind of sound distortion on your side? Let me know. Let me know what we're working with over here. Okay, you say no. All right, person who is hearing the echo. All right, y'all got to get it together. Y'all got to you got to get it together. Hold on, y'all. It may just be on your line, because 2 out of 3 people say, "Nah, we good, we straight." Okay, so they say it's bad on their end. All right. Sorry that it's like that. Let me see. Okay, so yeah, we could have been the person that made them seem like they were so great. So back to Vanessa Williams. Yeah, Vanessa Williams was definitely beautiful. She was definitely smart. She was definitely talented. And she had to represent for all of the black people, all of the black women out there, who aspire to be Miss America one day. And she won. She won. And everybody was happy. Well, I don't know if everybody was happy, but I know everybody who looked like this was pretty happy. And then it came out that Vanessa Williams had took a bunch of nude photos. The beautiful Vanessa Williams had exposed herself. And she took some freaky photos too. They wasn't just nude photos. She was in the shower, steamy with other women and all of that. And they made sure that they didn't expose Vanessa Williams those photos. You know somebody was holding those photos until she won. I don't know if anybody thought that she would ever win, but she won. And then the photos came out. They stripped her of the title of Miss America. Gave the title to Suzette Charles, and she was the second Miss America, she was the second first Miss Black America. And yeah, that was all because the Miss America pageant and the Miss America contestants, they're supposed to be pure as the driven snow. They're not supposed to be out there living their lives and doing whatever they have to do in order to make a couple of dollars. And they definitely ain't supposed to be freaky with photos coming out. I wonder what would have ever happened with Vanessa Williams if the photos never came out. Now she went on to have a really great singing career, acting career. She was a good woman. She was all right. Pretty as hell, and but I'm sure that when she won, little black girls everywhere was like, "Yo, Vanessa, she's the greatest. She's the greatest in the world." Like, yo, 3 cheers for Vanessa. Vanessa, Vanessa, Vanessa. But Vanessa had to come back down to earth. Shout out to Vanessa Williams, because I've always been a fan. She had good records, man. She had good records. What up, Care Bear? What's going on, Stacy White? How you feeling, Nika? Yulianova? No, wait. Yulianova says, "Hi, I'm from Russia. I don't speak English. I wish you good health and great happiness." Well, that was some English right there. That's what's up. That's what's up. Oh, all right. K-Bear says, "Yo, the chat looks different today." Okay, I try. Stacy says, "I try to put God first in my life." Wait. I try to put God in my life first. People fail you sometimes. They'll fail you a lot of times if you give them a chance to. They don't have any choice but to. They don't have any choice but to. People are built for failure. People are built for disappointment. But you are disappointed because of the things that you don't know, which changes the way that you suspect or expect things. The way that you expect things will either set you up for disappointment or it will confirm your deepest, darkest fears, concerns, and all that kind of stuff. Let's get it popping. Urban Therapy with Sun 752, and this is the Urban Therapy with Sun show. We do this every single Saturday from 1 p.m. till around 2:30-ish. And the reason that we say 2:30-ish is because sometimes it gets so heated that we just have to do a little OT on a Saturday. And it is a Saturday. This is the show where adults come out and play with other adults. We laugh, we cry, we argue, fuss, and fight. We go back and forth with each other, bust it up all crazy. We take an introspective look into our own personality to see the way that the universe projects us into this thing called the world and try to figure out this thing called life. I am your host, Sun 752, aka Omar with the rrrr. And if you can't say Omar with the rrrr, well, then you just say Omar with the R. This is the Urban Therapy with Sun show. I am your host, Sun 752, and we are talking about the dangers of putting someone on a pedestal. The dangers of putting someone on a pedestal. What y'all know? What do you know about putting somebody on a pedestal? What do you know about thinking that your big brother could beat anybody? What do you know about being out there on the streets, you know, somebody picking on you or whatever, and telling them, I get my brother on you? And your brother may or may not be able to beat him. But to you, nobody can beat your brother. He can beat them all. He'll lay them out like that. Well, you know, every dog has his day. There's somebody better than you out there somewhere. And, you know, if you give it enough time, you'll meet that person in a way that you may not have ever wanted to meet them. It happens. It could be your cousin. It could be your dad. I get my dad on you. What's going on, A. Moore? Alicia Moore. Less is more? No. More is more. I said more is more. I said more. Thanks for coming on through. I appreciate it. Make sure y'all hit the like button, y'all. Make sure that y'all share the show. Make sure that y'all subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet. So check it out. Yeah, you may have put your big brother on a pedestal. You may have put your big sister on a pedestal. He or she may have been doing big things. You know, when you are a little brother or a little sister, you know what I mean? You have faith. You have faith in your older siblings. You have faith in your older cousins. You have faith in your aunts and your uncles. You have faith in your parents. You have faith in people who are doing things that you didn't think that you could do, or you didn't think that anybody else could do. And we run into problems sometimes when it comes to those people, you know, because we get to thinking that, yeah, they would never do this. You know what? Some people and listen, y'all gonna have to pardon me for this, because I know that everybody has somebody who has passed on, somebody who is deceased, somebody who is no longer here with us in the physical form, somebody who has gone to glory, went to the upper room, gone home. I love it when people talk about how those people what they would have done if they were here, and what they would have said when they were here, and how they would have handled things if they were here. I listen to people talk about, if Tupac was here, he would have did this, he would have said that, it would have been like this. I hear people say, if Biggie was here, he would have been this, he would have said that, he would have been at the top. How do we know? One thing about those people who have passed on is they're not here to confirm nor deny what it would have been like had they been here, because they're gone. But it's not always celebrities that we look at it like that. But we do have a tendency to put celebrities on pedestals, and we get dissed and let down and lied to time after time after time. It's hard for them to live up to the hype. It is. If you think about it, most of the things that they do in their lives are scripted, especially if they're an actor. How many of y'all, don't lie, please do not lie, how many of y'all have had a favorite actor or actress and took the way that they played their roles to be representative of their real personality? Don't act like you ain't never done it. Because you ain't going to tell me that an actor like Denzel Washington, who shows good character on screen and off screen, who doesn't accept certain scripts, who doesn't appear in certain movies, you're not going to tell me that nobody out here has ever said, yo, he's a good guy, he would never say this, he would never do this, he stands for this, that, and the third. Don't tell me nobody has ever done that with Denzel, because I know they have. I've heard them do it. And I'm thinking to myself, like, I don't know. I saw a little video clip with Denzel the other day, and I'm not sure how old it was, but they were talking about how Denzel agreed with black directors making black movies. And he said, and when asked, well, why is it about color? He said, it's not about color, it's about culture. It's not about color, it's about culture. He caught my attention with that. because it was shown that he was on some pro-black shit, and he used the example of Martin Scorsese did Goodfellas, Steven Spielberg did Schindler's List. It's not about color, it's about culture. He said Martin Scorsese probably could have done Schindler's List, and Steven Spielberg probably could have done Goodfellas. But it made more sense that they did movies that were more in line with their culture, because they had a clearer window into the culture and the mindset of the characters, which allowed them to make a movie that made more sense to everybody watching. Hearing Denzel say something like that, if I just took that at face value, I would have been like, yeah, see? Just like when he played in Malcolm X, he's like that in real life. I don't know if he's like that in real life. I don't even think the clip was 30 seconds long. It was a short clip. But we're so used to short clips nowadays, we will make an assumption about somebody's whole life, their whole being, their whole character, based off of a few seconds that we heard them say something, or from a movie that they made, a film that they were in, or something like that. So it's not uncommon. So we may have done it. Have you done it? Have you done it? Has someone done it with you? Because somebody might have done it with you. Your parents may have felt like they raised you in such a way that you would never lie, that you would never cheat, that you would never stray, that you would never duck out of classes, you would never play hooky, you would never be caught kissing a boy, you would never proposition a girl, sneak her up into your room, when people were sleeping or they weren't home. They think that they did such a great job with you that you wouldn't do any of these things, that you wouldn't explore and try to play out your curiosity about certain things as you learn and you grow. Of course you're going to take chances. Of course you're going to take chances. But somebody may have put you on a pedestal to the point where they really, really, really made themselves believe that you would never do wrong, that you would never violate, that you would never make a mistake. And the mistake that you may have made might have been on purpose. Like you didn't make the mistake on purpose, but you were doing something on purpose and you made the mistake of getting caught, of being sloppy. Thanks for those hearts, y'all, or those 100s. Oh, yeah. That's what's up, man. Thanks for the 100s. I appreciate it. Appreciate it mucho. Let me see here. Irina, thanks for coming through. Irina O, I appreciate it. Oh, she took a comment back, but it's okay. It's okay. Stacy says, acting is acting. It's not your real life. Shoot, I mean, some people don't seem to know that. And she also says, God fights all my battles. Is one of the reasons I became a Christian. My mother could not fight all my battles. Well, funny you should bring up God. Funny you should bring that up, Stacey. Because some people don't understand the way that God works. So let me ask you this before I even explore this. Do you think it's possible to put God on a pedestal? God himself, the Almighty, the Supreme Being, creator of all, overseer of all knowing, all seeing. Do you think that it's possible to put God on a pedestal? Well, while I wait for you to answer that, and if you're going to answer it, I'm going to say this. I know people who have raised their expectations of God in ways that was never going to do anything but disappoint them. Some people seem to believe that God is on call, like you can call him on demand. It's sort of like when we joke around and we hear somebody telling a lie or they playing around too much, and we say, let me get away from you because God is going to strike you down. You know that God has never struck anybody down while they were telling a lie. But can you imagine what it would be like if he did? Yo, some of us would probably never tell a lie. You know how they said George Washington never told a lie? Well, you know he did, because that cherry tree story is a big fat lie. It's a fable. It's not true. Yeah. But yeah. So many of us put expectations on who we call God to the point where we think that we can call on him and put him on our timeline. And when that doesn't happen, some people start to lose faith. Yeah, it sounds crazy. But it sounds crazy. It sounds crazy to me when people say things like, well, if there's a God, how come he lets all of this chaos and violence and destruction happen in the world? Why does he let babies get raped and hurt? And, people ask that. And I think to myself, like, They obviously don't understand that things have to play out in a certain type of way in this world. It's not an easy thing for everybody to understand. It can be quite difficult for a lot of people to understand. But we all have to get there. So can you put God on a pedestal? I think some people have put him on a pedestal, not thinking that he can't do everything and not saying that he can't do everything, but thinking that he's going to do things just for you exclusively at the time that you humanly and earthly need it is unrealistic. But some people can't get around it. And it so-called shakes their faith. Here's another one. And then I'm going to get off the whole God thing. You ever pray to God? You ever pray so hard to God for somebody who was sick? You prayed to God that please don't take them. Please nurse them back to health. Please let them stay with us a little bit longer. Please take away their pain. Please let the chemotherapy work. Please let the radiation work. Please let the medicine work. Please let the treatment work. And it doesn't. So many people, because God didn't deliver what they asked for, even though they begged, even though they pleaded, even though they pled, even though they humbled themselves, even though they were patient, in their eyes they were. For some people, God took their loved one away and it shook their faith. They put God on a pedestal. Now we know that it was their lack of understanding that everything has to go. And when your time is here, when your time on this earth and in this world is up, in God's eyes, it's time for you to go. Everybody has to go. Nobody here lives to be 200 years old or 1,000 or 1,000,000, however old this earth is. Nobody gets to live that long. And we know that in our lives that one day we're going to go too. And we don't know what day or when or how. But we have to accept that. But not everybody is able to accept that, especially in real time, because they're overcome with grief and they are consumed with disappointment. All right, let's keep it moving though. Let's keep it moving. The dangers of putting somebody on a pedestal. How many parents have put people who they have put in charge of their children have regretted it. Because they said, no, such and such would never do anything like that to children. Such and such would never treat a child that way. Such and such is not that way. They would never be that way. And we have nothing to worry about. How many parents have to do that before we realize, like, the only people that we can really trust with our children are ourselves? And sometimes it might only be one of the parents out of the two. Unfortunately, some parents have not been able to trust the other parent, the other biological parent, with the child that they created together, that they conceived, birthed, and raised together. It can be something small. It can be something small. Like one of the parents allows the child to drink when they're underage. Oh, yeah. When I go over to my dad's house or when I go over to my mom's house, she lets me have a little taste, or she lets me smoke, and they underage. So yeah, I don't like my son or my daughter going over my baby mom house because she hangs around with people who, I thought she was 100% when we was together. She had her shit together, but she, nowadays she done fell off. And I don't really trust her around my daughter. I don't really trust her around my son. I'm not talking about me personally. I'm talking about these are conversations that may have been had. But initially, you put them on a pedestal. Oh, no, that's the child's mother. That's the child's father. And regardless of what they do, they would never put our child in danger. They could do certain things that you may not be able to witness. Like maybe they drive too fast when the child is in the car with them. But you said they would never put them in harm's way. Maybe they drink and drive with the child in the car. But you said they would never do that. They would never put the child in harm's way. You said they would never have them around people who weren't good for them. Meanwhile, the other parent might have your children around people who are on drugs, people who are involved in crime, thugs, ne'er-do-well other family members. Who don't have no ne'er-do-well family members? We ain't talking about the ones you put on the pedestal. We talking about the ones that you don't want to have nothing to deal with. But that's the other parent's relatives. And your child is being put around them. And your child might have a lot of fun when he or she is around them. So he or she knows that when they come back home, not to report certain things. Now, Aunt Cookie, I ain't seen Aunt Cookie in a while. Meanwhile, Aunt Cookie was right around the way. Aunt Cookie got a drug problem. Aunt Cookie is a crackhead. Aunt Cookie be getting her dance on. Aunt Cookie gets to getting her dance on when she get high. But yeah, they love Aunt Cookie because Aunt Cookie is fun. Ain't nobody like Aunt Cookie. I don't care if Aunt Cookie get high. She don't get high like all that. Aunt Cookie would never hurt me though. Regardless of what Aunt Cookie does, Aunt Cookie would never hurt nobody. Oh yeah, this is my song, y'all. Yeah, back in the day, I used to be killing it out here. Aunt Cookie get that. Aunt Cookie, when she get her little blast of, Aunt Cookie, yeah. Aunt Cookie might still remember the days when she could flip and split and do all kinds of shit. Aunt Cookie weighing 97 pounds soaking wet with the pipe in a pocket or in her breasts that are there no more. But you still, Aunt Cookie, my favorite aunt. I remember the good times with Aunt Cookie. Hey, it is what it is, baby. The dangers of putting somebody on a pedestal. It can go a lot of different ways. Aunt Cookie. 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 Aunt Cookie in the house. Do that dance, Aunt Cookie. Do that dance, Aunt Cookie. Aunt Cookie. Aunt Cookie. Aunt Cookie in here. Ain't nothing but a party, y'all. What up, J Love? What up, J Love? He said we love Cookie. You know what I'm saying? If you got an Aunt Cookie, you know what I'm talking about. A lot of families had an Aunt Cookie back in the day, dancing at block parties, getting her groove on. She could dance her ass off, but she looked crazy out there. Everybody knows she get high. Everybody knows she got a drug problem. And that's one of your favorite aunts because you remember Aunt Cookie when she wasn't getting high. And your mom or your dad don't want you around Aunt Cookie. So you keep your dealings with Aunt Cookie on the low. Contrary to popular belief, some crackheads back in the day still kept their house, still paid their bills, still sent their kids to school. Not everybody lost their kids or neglected all of their responsibility. Not all of them. A lot of them, hell yeah, but not all of them. Not all of them. Some of them maintain. J Love says, notice it says therapy behind him. Yeah, this is the Urban Therapy with Son show. I can show you what it says. It says Urban Therapy with Son. Hold on, let me move the chair. Urban Therapy with Son. Only thing is, like we used to use the webcam. We used to use the webcam to tape the show. Now I'm doing it with the cell phone, so it's a different look. So you don't get the expansive view. But yeah, it says Urban Therapy with Son. Urban Therapy with Son. Thanks for coming through, y'all. Appreciate it. Make sure y'all hit the like button. Make sure that y'all share the show. Make sure that y'all subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet. This is the Urban Therapy with Son show. I am your host, Son752, aka Omar with the. And if you can't say Omar with the, well, then you just say Omar with the R. We are here every day. If you didn't know, we are here every single day. We do a show 7 days a week. Lately, we've been doing it on a late night tip, but on Saturdays and Sundays on the weekends, we do it at 1 p.m. Oh, what a one-ish o'clock p.m. You know how we do, but we are here, and I'd appreciate it. I don't see no likes up there. Can I get a couple of likes? Can I get a couple of likes? What up, Beaver Eater? He said, my nigga, you built like a Malteser? What the hell is that? I ain't even mad at it. Yeah, I mean, but what that mean? What is the? He said, Beaver Eater also says, you look like what the Angry Birds go against. Hold up. He said, brother, are you acoustic? I don't know what acoustic is supposed to mean in the way that you're using it. If it means something good, possibly. If it means something bad, I ain't even mad. Sense of humor over here, my brother. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't get, I forgot to tell y'all. Y'all can call into this show. If you would like to call in, have your voice heard, ask a question, make a statement, let it out. You can laugh, cry, argue, yell, scream, whatever. Call 319-527-6199. 319-527-6199. Press number 1 when you are prompted to, and it will let me know that you would like to speak, and then I will call you out by the last 4 digits of your telephone number. 319-527-6199. That's the number to call. I said a 319-527-6199. Yes, y'all. I said a 319-527-6199. Yeah, get on the line. I said a 319-527-6199. Yeah, get your shine, baby. Get your shine, baby. Get your shine, baby. Get your shine, baby. BB Eater says, man, these chains fake as shit. No, they're not. And no, they're not. These chains is real. These chains is real. My chains is real. And so all my rings and my bracelet fill. Now we don't make no fake jewelry over here. Even my beads are real stones. Even my beads are real stones. But I ain't mad at you. You're not the first person who ever dissed my chains and all that. I ain't mad at it. Well, one thing is for sure. Beaver Eater is not putting me on a pedestal now, is he? Is he? No. It could be a she. She's not putting me on a... No. But 319-527-6199, you can call in and actually get your shit off. And I ain't mad at it. But in the meantime, can we get a couple of hearts going on here? You know what I mean? Can I get in the algorithm? Can I get a couple of hearts, a couple of 100s? You know what I'm saying? A couple of ha-ha-has. You know, y'all can, super chat is up. You know what I mean? Y'all want to throw a couple of dollars. You want to throw a couple of dollars. I ain't mad at it. Care Bear says, children often put their parents on a pedestal and then are traumatized the first few times that a parent has a human response or event. Yeah, like I don't want to go here, but I for the people who grew up in two-parent families where the parents were married and you really thought that they had a beautiful, loving relationship, and you thought that they were really faithful to each other and they just would never ever sell each other out or cheat on each other. Some children have witnessed their parents cheating. And how do you handle when you see one parent cheating on the other? How do you handle that? What are you going to do? You can't, I mean, you're loyal to both of them. You're faithful to both of them. You love both of them. And you don't want anybody to get hurt. But one thing is for sure. When you have put your parents on a pedestal and put their relationship on a pedestal, and then you find out that one of them been creeping around, one of them been sleeping around, one of them been... Yeah. It's definitely going to bring you back to earth about what putting somebody on a pedestal is all about. And it really, really might mess up your whole view of what relationships are like, because you might see your dad cheating on your mom, whether you caught him in the act of doing something or you saw him with somebody that you know he ain't supposed to be with. Maybe you saw him give somebody a hug and a kiss, and maybe they jumped in the car and sped off. Or maybe maybe you went to a local place like a restaurant, a casino, or some kind of event, and you saw your dad there with another woman. And he was there with another woman on a date. You may have confronted your dad, or you may have seen him and whoa. And you know what really can make that worse? You may have been with your friends, hoping that they don't see your dad before you do. And sometimes they may have, yo, ain't that your dad over there? And you like, yeah, that look like him. You know damn well that's your dad. You so close to your dad, you can smell him from all the way across the room. Yeah, that's your dad. And that, well, who that was he with? Yo, man. It's a rare occurrence. It's a rare occurrence that people have to go through that. But it ain't rare enough. It ain't rare enough. BB Eater says, never mind, I'm chill as fuck. That's what's up, man. That's what's up. I appreciate that. Okay, but it said, indeed, moms cheat too. Yo, I hate to say this, but you might be able to eat your dad cheating. Because we figure men weak in the flesh, whatever. But to see your mom, like, yo, that's the one who births the babies, the one that raises the babies, the one that takes care of the kids, holds the family down if the dad ain't around. And there are a lot of different ways for a father not to be around, even though you may have put your dad on a pedestal. For example, your dad might be in jail. That's why he wasn't around. Your dad may be with another family. That's why he wasn't around. Your dad might be on drugs. That's why he wasn't around. Your dad might just straight be a deadbeat. He just might be the type that was spoiled growing up or didn't grow up with a father of his own, and and he ain't doing what he's supposed to do. But that's your dad and you love him. But you might be able to stomach your dad fucking up because we expect dads to fuck up. But your mom?
Welcome to Blog Talk Radio.
Like your mom? No. You ain't gonna be able to eat that good. That thing gonna give you a stomach ache. That thing gonna give you a stomach ache.
Since it appears you're calling back into a live show, we are reconnecting you now.
You see your mom out there cheating. First of all, nobody want to think their mom is a hoe. Like, no, my mom don't give up the booty easily. She would never do that. Your mom would never give up the booty easily. Not my mom. My mom is pure like the driven snow. Yeah, she's the mom that everybody around the way know. My mom be coming through. She give us popsicles too. She makes sure that she always hold it down when she around. And she's not a clown. People love my mom. She's the cool mom. And she's a dime. I mean, pretty as hell. Down as shit. Smart. And down to let you go off a little bit. But my mom gave it the butts. I heard her in the next room. She was giving up guts. I heard her scream, and I couldn't call the cops, but I wanted it to stop. Can't unhear the shit that I heard, and that shit was messed up in my mind. Word. And for the rest of my life, I never trust a woman again. And I felt like my mom didn't win, and she set us up for failure off of one little ass event. But she shouldn't have done that. I put her on a pedestal. I really thought that she was heaven sent. It happens, baby. It happens. This is the Urban Therapy with Sun show. We are talking about the dangers of putting somebody on a pedestal. The dangers of putting somebody on a pedestal. What y'all know? You can call into the show, 319-527-6199. 319-527-6199. Can y'all please hit the like button? Please. Please. I know y'all digging this content. You gotta be. Even me and my man. We became friends on here. Best DB. What's going on? What's going on? Best DB. And Brittany Starr says, parents cheating and their sons seeing it causes the child trauma and causes grown men to act like little boys in relationships. It can. When you talk about grown men acting like little boys, there can be a lot of reasons for that. And, we like to point to one single event or one person that may have made them do something. But we all have a series of events that happen in our lives that make us into what we are. And we all fall short. That's why it's dangerous to put somebody on a pedestal. Because, I mean, we're human, man. What the hell? Wait a minute. What Beaver Eater talking about? I once put my uncle on a pedestal. Worst thing ever. Oh, shit. Oh, man. Yo, I'm sorry that happened to you. I'm really, really sorry that happened to you. And the thing is, it happened to you. It happened to so many people. So many people who somebody trusted. I don't know how you handled the situation. And once again, I'm really, really sorry that happened. I was hoping that I wouldn't catch nobody out there. But yeah, so many people probably trusted him. I don't know how you handled the situation. I don't know if you reported him. Maybe if you reported him, somebody didn't believe it. Like, no, not Uncle this, not Uncle them. No, they wouldn't do that. You must just be mad at him because he didn't take you to the movies, or you mad at him because he made you do your homework. Nah, that happens. That happens because people don't want to have to eat their words. When you catch somebody doing something that they wasn't supposed to be doing, when you've already put them on a pedestal, now you have to correct the action. And that's why a lot of people would rather just walk away from the situation, because when you start to correct the situation, now you have to address it. You have to take action. You may have to get legal. You may have to take legal action, and you're going to have to get other family members or whatever. You know, you're going to have to get them on board. They might be mad. You know, some families are mad at people who tell. You told that you was molested. You told that you was raped. You told that you was assaulted. And they got mad at you. You always trying to make somebody look bad. You always, man, it can get ugly. But that's all about putting somebody on a pedestal. Somebody in the family know that somebody is capable of doing certain things, because you don't start this kind of bullshit when you are an adult. You started when you're a child. So somebody ignored it back then, and then it grew and it grew, and it was allowed to grow more and fester like an open wound. Stacy says, I know. You know I love the 3 strikes. Brittany Starr says, he ain't sorry. He's a narcissist. Who's a narcissist? Am I a narcissist? I don't know. I don't remember being a narcissist. I don't remember being a narcissist. I don't know. I thought I cared about people. I don't know if you're talking about me or not, Brittany. I don't know. I don't know. So, yeah, but you know, things happen. Things happen in life, and it's messed up. It's messed up. But those are the dangers of putting somebody on a pedestal. Disappointment, and not just disappointment because you expected what they couldn't deliver. The biggest disappointments, as far as I'm concerned, are when you just expect somebody just to be a decent person, just to treat somebody with love and respect. Just to be treated with love and respect. Let's see. Beaver Eater says he had a missile. What does that mean? He also says, but you appreciate the support. Yeah, man. I would hate to see anybody have to go through anything like that. That's foul. It's terrible. And it's funny how a lot of women, you know, say that men are dogs, or that they act like little boys because they were treated like they were spoiled, or because they saw something traumatic. A lot of young men out here have actually been touched. They've been felt in the wrong way. They've been assaulted. And they were never able to express it. They were never able to tell it, for fear of a lot of things. I don't have to go into it with y'all. Y'all know how it goes. Y'all know how it goes. But it's terrible. It's terrible. Oh, wow. So like they would call him Terrell the Stallion. So he had a torpedo on him. Sorry if I trauma dumped. Well, this is the place for it. I mean, listen, your truth is your truth. I'm going to be damned if I stop you from telling it. Stacey says, I've been through some trauma and I haven't put trauma out where everybody can see it. My soul is not for sale. I understand that. I do. I understand it. I overstand it. I feel exactly where you're coming from. It's real. Kim's Whims, what's up, ma? What up? Thanks for coming on through. I appreciate you. Yeah. So the dangers of putting somebody on a pedestal. I mean, it'll come back to bite you in the ass every single time. It will. Of course, you don't want it to be that way. And if you had a chance to design it, it would never go that way. But it goes that way because people have faith in people. They have seen them do certain things and pretty much prove themselves to be what people thought them to be or wanted them to be. And then shit goes left. But especially with public figures. With public figures, things go left all the time. Man, listen, man, I don't want to get all political. But you know what the biggest danger that I see with somebody like Donald Trump is?
To start your show now.
Since it appears you're calling back into a live show, we are reconnecting you now.
His followers really have put him on a pedestal. Like he can do no wrong. To the point where if all of the evidence against him comes through, they feel like he should get a pass. Y'all just hating on him because blah, blah, blah. Y'all just want to take him down. And I'm like, damn, man, this is the same thing. This is the same thing that people would say about a predator. This is the same thing that people would say about an assailant. This is the same thing that people would say about a rapist, that they would say about somebody who was suspected of murder. This is the same thing. It's dangerous. So when you bring up somebody, and one thing about Trump supporters, they always bring up Biden. Like, okay, well, let's talk about Biden. I don't hear anybody out there talking about how great Biden is. I don't hear anybody out there with high expectations of Joe Biden. I don't hear nobody talking about how he's going to save this country or how he's the best thing that ever happened here or that he was better than anybody else. I've never heard of anybody, and I mean nobody. He got elected with 80 million votes, and I've never heard anybody say that, Joe Biden is the best president that ever did this, or he is the man for this or that. I've never heard that. But you flip it back to Donald Trump, and regardless of his 93 indictments, 93 in criminal charges, 93, they'll tell you, nope, he the man. They just hating on him. It's the media. It's the media making you believe that. I'm like, he the one who loved the media. He's the one. He's the one always trying to get everybody who's not in politics to help him out in politics. He's the one always asking for your money. He's the one asking for donations, but he's also the one that's supposed to be a billionaire. Why are you asking people who only make thousands to help you with your millions. Put him on a pedestal. He's on a pedestal. He can do no wrong in the hearts and minds and opinions of his supporters. That's dangerous. That's dangerous. And whether y'all like it or not, he is totally 100% responsible for that January 6th insurrection. He's responsible for that. And he's going to have to eat that. It's coming. And if you can somehow rationalize that he didn't have nothing to do with that, yeah, you blind, deaf, dumb. You are a sheep. Bah, bah, bah. But that's a dangerous man. Even if he didn't do what he has been not just accused of, he would still be dangerous because you honestly believe in your heart of hearts that he has your best interest. I was like, is he putting money in people's bank accounts? People loved Elvis, but not like they like Trump. Something is wrong. Something's wrong. I ain't never heard of a superstar politician. Not like that. All right. So wait a minute. Brittany, you asked the question? What question? I don't see a question. Maybe she wasn't asking me the question. Let me see. Brittany says, you skipped my question. I hit a nerve. I guess I hit a nerve. I don't see a question from you. I really don't. What up, Twine Bishop? Says this guy must be from prison. Y'all going hard today. I don't care though. I'm here for it. All right. Lynn says he has already saved the country. Save the country from what? What does he save the country from? Honestly, what does he save the country from? Like, I mean, you know, people throw things out there like that. What did he save them from? What? What did he save them from? I must have missed it. Stacey says you have a new crowd in your chat. It's all good. Lynn says, are you talking about Biden or Trump? Oh, Trump. He can go to hell for all I care. Okay. I thought you was riding for Trump. I was like, oh nah. Trump is dangerous. Dangerous. This shit is crazy. Kim Williams says, of course he has the attention and ass kissing lips from those who think his place is the highest of the high with no stains. I don't get it. And Lynn says she should not be allowed to run. Don't know what is wrong with America. Hunter Wilson says, Lynn, shut your mouth. Haha. Okay. Stacy says, hey, I do not like Trump. Yeah, K-Bay, you didn't see a question either. I didn't see a question. You know what I mean? I don't know. You know. Kim Williams says, there are two parts to that, Omar. Go back and read the first part. Okay, wait. Let me go all the way back. Let me go back to when I saw her come in. Okay. Oh no. She says parents cheating and their sons seeing it causes the child trauma and causes grown men to act like little boys in relationships. But that wasn't a question, and I addressed that. Let me see if she came in before. No, that's where I see that she came in. I don't see a question from her. I see what she said. He ain't sorry. He's a narcissist. I don't know if she was talking about me or whatever. And then she says, well, tell your story. We're here from you. We're here for you. And then that's when she says, you skipped my question. I guess I hit a nerve. I don't see a question. I don't see it. Why don't you just write the question? Why don't you just write the question again? That's it. Brittany, first of all, let me tell y'all something. For those of y'all who are new to this show, I do not censor people. I'm not going to shut you up. I'm not going to block you. I'm not going to get mad at you for saying that like that. You can say whatever you want to here. As a matter of fact, you can call in and say whatever you want. 319-527-6199. You can speak live on the air. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid, because sometimes I won't see all of your comments or whatever if they're coming too soon or too fast, and I don't want to skip anybody. But you can have your chance to say what you want to say exclusively. 319-527-6199. Area code 319-527-6199. It's going the operator is going to prompt you to press number 1 if you would like to speak, and then you press number 1, and then I will bring you right on the show. So there's that. There's that. So yeah, there's no censorship. You don't have to be. You can say whatever you want to here. You express yourself. I mean, ain't gonna be no skin off my back. I don't care if you disagree with me. I mean, disagree with me. That's what people do. That's what people do. But that's how we learn. Okay, Hunter says, hold on. Okay, Lynn says, I thought you were talking about Biden. Read the entire text. Okay, nah. Hunter says, son, can you please help me? I smoked some crystal today, and now my pee-pee is so hard I can't even blink. I don't even believe I'm reading this shit. You know what I'm saying? Lynn says, wannabe dictator needs to go to prison ASAP. All right. Kim says, I have 2 parts to my comment. I don't even know about that other stuff. Okay. Lynn says, I blocked one guy. He told me to shut up. You blocked that guy. Okay, I could dig it. I don't block people because I want them to be able to say what they want to say. But y'all don't have to be me. I encourage you to be your best self. But I mean, you can say whatever you want to say here. That's all I'm saying. As long as you're respectful to others. I don't want people, shitting on others and all of that. I see we have a caller on the line. Caller with the last numbers 0290. Welcome to the Urban Therapy with Sun Show. What's on your mind this afternoon? What's good?
Yeah, I kind of have a situation, man.
Now, wait a minute. Well, I think you called in before. So if you trolling and you just wanted to...
I didn't.
You sure?
I didn't, man. First of all, I just want to say Lynn Trump would smack you in the head. And number 2,
go ahead, finish your thought, man. Finish your thought. Go ahead. Oh, see, that's the shit I'm talking about. All of that, you called in just to, like that. You could at least finish a few sentences, you know what I mean? But anybody who's serious and they want to call in, 319-527-6199. I think that person called in before. I'm almost 100% sure that person called in before. That's why I started to stop. I'm like, wait a minute. Because, they bullshitted before. I remember they did. Like, no, I didn't call in before. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. But guess what? A real caller is calling in now. I know this one. This one is really real. Welcome to the Urban Therapy with Sun Show. Thank you for calling in this afternoon. What's on your mind? What's good coming from Indianapolis? What's good?
What's up, ho?
Man, this is a sound for sore ears. It's good to hear from me, from you. What's up?
I just wanted to come back on and I wanted to come on and say what I typed into the comments because I think you missed the first part of the comment. You only read the second part.
Okay.
What I said was Donald Trump is the son of this country's forefathers.
Oh.
So that's why he's held an unrealistic standard. The same for many who hold this country with unrealistic standards. So of course he has the attention of the people who are going to kiss his ass. And these are the same people who think this place is the best of the best and has no tarnishes, no stains, and no scars.
Okay.
So of course, these people are going to follow this man who is the son of the forefathers. If you think about it, every part of this country matches who he is. The way this country was designed and built matches who he is. That's why this whole thing does not surprise me. Nothing about him becoming president surprises me, because I said it long before he even became a candidate, before he was even thought about. You go back and look on my post, I said something about it over a decade ago about him becoming president, and lo and behold, he became a candidate. So it won't surprise me if he gets back in, because he matches every part of this country. This country has no responsibility in anything. Although it is one of many young countries, it is one of the worst. But this is where we are. This is where we live. And I know people say, well, go back to Africa. I wasn't born in Africa, so I can't go back to a place I wasn't born that I know nothing about.
Yeah, like it's hard to go back. You know what I'm saying? We can go, we can visit. I've always wanted to visit, but we ain't going back. But you know, honestly, I will be surprised if he wins again, because a lot of people caught on to the bullshit. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I was surprised he didn't win. He didn't win in 2020, because I didn't think that, you know, enough people were going to come through and represent the other way, but they did. So I really don't think that they'll fail again this time. It's because he added on so much more bullshit. It's so much more, like this dude. I don't know.
It's the competition.
He can't even remember who.
That's the problem.
You know, he can't even remember who he ran against, and who he calling Nikki Haley
Nancy Pelosi.
Nancy Pelosi. Yeah, he wilding out. He talking about Obama. He was never able to get Obama's name out of his mouth, you know, his whole presidency. But it's like it's alarmingly bad now. It's like this you got to be kidding me. Like this dude, he under a lot of pressure. But I guess anybody would be under pressure if they had 93 indictments, like 93 charges, criminal charges. Like, yo, that's...
Oh, yeah, I'd be under pressure with one.
Yeah, it'd probably be hard to keep your concentration all the time, you know what I mean? But the Freudian slips are off the chain. But, you know, but the country, his supporters really did put him on a pedestal. And it's amazing to me how no matter what he does, they will not believe that he's wrong, or they believe that he's right in doing the wrong. Like, that ain't nothing. Such and such did that, and y'all ain't say nothing. I'm like, well, such and such wasn't the president, and such wasn't setting this example. But you know how I shut a lot of that bullshit down? I asked the question: would you want your child to do what they do? That's my whole thing. If you have children, so I don't care. You know, a lot of people advocate for strippers and drug dealers and all kinds of crazy shit that are pretty much like a counterculture. And my question is, okay, since you think that what they're doing is okay, would you encourage your child to be like them and to do what they do? Because if that's cool, if it's cool for them, it should be cool for yours. A lot of parents.
That's the culture we live in now. Sadly. Like, we live in a society where we uplift a bunch of people randomly because they have money or their status, which I think is the most ignorant thing we can do. That's the most destructive thing we do as a people, is we put people on a pedestal based on who they are in a specific arena. Like, we do it with athletes, we do it with celebrities, we do it with everybody. Like, an example, Gordon Ramsay, he can go on these shows and talk shit to people anytime and everybody takes it. But in the real world, In the real world, if he walked into a restaurant and started that kind of stuff, he'd get his ass kicked, for real. Like, he's not going to go in the hood into anybody's restaurant without camera and start that shit he started and start talking crazy and think he's going to walk out of there okay. That's real life. And we don't live in a realistic society anymore. We live in a bullshit, fake-ass society.
Facts. Those are actual facts. But I mean, not everybody sees things from the same perspective, and for some reason, they're seeing things that we don't see. But you know, my dad, my late great father, he was a black conservative, and he used to, when we would drive places, we would be listening to conservative talk radio like Rush Limbaugh and Don Imus and Laura, what's her name? Whatever, Dr. Laura, whatever. And I didn't take it seriously because the shit that they were talking about on them shows was so dumb. You know what I mean? I was like, never once did they ever address social problems in this country. They never did it. I used to listen to this bullshit every day. And I used to wonder how people could feed into it, but they do. They do, because they speak like they're the heroes all the time. So there's never any talk of any racism or any injustice or any inequality or any problems. None of it. They never spoke about that shit. And it was ridiculous to me. But what was even more ridiculous was the people who used to call into those shows. And I used to be like, I'm thinking like this has to be scripted. Y'all can't really believe this dumb shit. Yes, they did. Yes, they did. It didn't mean anything to me in the second Bush presidency. It didn't mean anything to me in the when Mitt Romney was running. It didn't. None of this shit meant anything. It started to mean something when Trump got elected, because I was like, I know how they think. But I'm like, they believe this guy? Because they don't normally like people who switch up, who jump sides, because they always stick together. I'm like, this guy was a lifetime Democrat. And all of a sudden, he's the Republican candidate for president, and he won, and y'all went for that? But one thing about them...
But the funny thing is he told them he would do that. He
did!
And everybody heard him say it. And I guess they just prepared for it, you know?
But no, that's like, why...
The thing about it is... Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
Well, the thing about it is, one thing about him is he's always been who he is. Mm-hmm. Like, he's always been who he is. I know there are some people who go out and say, well, back then, Donald Trump wasn't... Yes, he was. He's always been this person. He's never been anything different than who he is. Even when he was a Democrat, he was an asshole. Even as a Republican, he's an asshole. He's never changed who he is. He's never changed how he acts. He's the same person. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't understand why anybody's confused, because he's not a different person than he was when he was on the celebrity show. He's not a different person, pervert, than he was when he was hosting over the Miss America, whichever competition it was. He's the same trifling, nasty ass, garbage bag person he was then that he is now. So there should be no surprises to anyone. And everything that comes out of his mouth, every piece of garbage is the same garbage he's always spewed. Mm-hmm. And he's comfortable saying these things because one thing he's done for all of us, he shows us that we've been lied to for so long. Because as people were saying, he can't do X, Y, Z. He's doing it and dancing. Mm-hmm. He's doing it and showing out with it. Mm-hmm. So now you have to stop and rethink everything we've been taught. This is for me. Yeah. I can't speak for anybody else, but for me. I stop and rethink everything we've been taught, because I'm like, all the time we were told you can't do X, Y, Z, and this man is doing it. So wait a minute. The lie is not him. The lie is our history. What we've been taught, that's the lie.
Well,
so I'm not mad at him. He's disgusting.
And to me, that's what makes him even more dangerous, because he's been put on that pedestal, and Individually, he hasn't done anything for anybody, but he has given them a feeling like he's really done something for them. And because of that, they're willing to do whatever. I think it's going to be so ugly with this election coming up. I think we survived the 2020 election. I don't know about this one. This one is going to get ugly, ugly. You know what I mean? All that bullshit,
Yeah.
the big lie that stole the election. I'm like, we don't go somewhere with that dumb shit. I ain't never heard no sore loser shit like that in my life. When he won in 2016, he was out there beating his chest like, we won. Go ahead with all that bullshit. Well, you lost. So now you got to go ahead with that bullshit. But they ain't letting it go.
Yeah.
So all the evidence that proves that the election was won fair and square, they like, no, because he said it wasn't. And now he's being indicted because of that. And they still like, still. I'm like, okay. But that's dangerous.
Well, he has a team of morons supporting him. The team of people in his corner who help support his foolishness and his derangement and his lack of mental capacity to focus on reality. So why not go with it?
Listen, if that was somebody's father, uncle, cousin, neighbor, lifelong friend, co-worker, or fellow students, what do you call it? My classmate. Yeah, classmate. If that was anybody regular, they would be like, yo, so let me get this straight. You say that he doesn't steal, but every time he's left alone with something, it comes up missing. But you say that he's been set up every time. Now, let me get this straight. When he went over this person's house, that something came up missing and he was the only one there. When he went to that person's house, something came up missing and he was the only one there. When he went to that store, things came up missing. He was the only one in the store at the time. But you're saying that it can't be him. Okay. Well, it's
because he has status. He has status. Like, I didn't get the beginning of the show, but he's put on a pedestal. He has a specific type of status. So people are going to always go with the flow. Like, if it was just, like you said, a father, son, a neighbor, a classmate, we would get them help. Like, everyone would either whisper or the group would get together loudly and protest and say, hey, we need to get this person some help. But because of someone with some kind of status, well, there it is. Because if it was the average person, that goes across the board with everything. Look at how many things a lot of these celebrities are getting away with. And they've gotten away with it for a long time, and we've allowed it because of their status. But if it was just me and you, somebody next to them, they would lose their shit.
That's right. That's right. And that's the dangers of putting somebody on a pedestal. So whether they are a politician or whether they are a celebrity or whether they are a relative or a friend or whatever, people do shit. But when there's a pattern of things being done, I don't see how you can ignore that. Like, if nothing else, this person needs to change their direction because certain things keep seeming to follow them. It keeps seeming, nobody else is in the line of this fire. Nobody else is around to take the blame. It's only this person. But that's what being put on a pedestal is all about. Listen, we got to get out of here. Listen, it's always a pleasure to have you call in. It's always a pleasure to have you come through. And I'm glad. I don't know how things been going for you. You good?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right, that's what's up. That's what I want to hear. Glad to see you here. You know what I mean? But so I'm gonna get with you later. Good looking out.
All right.
I talk to you next time. That is the wonderful, skilled, and talented Kim's Wims coming through to give the commentary. Caller with the last number 0290, who I recognize as being Hunter Wilson. Listen, man, I would take your call again, but you fucked it up the first time. So now you're just going to have to write in the comments because, you know, you've called here before, but you fucked up. You know you done fucked up, right? Yeah, he hung up just now. He fucked up. But it's all good. It's all good. We about to do these birthday shout outs. And then we're gonna be out of here. But before y'all go, and thanks for coming through, Lynn. I appreciate you. Brittany Stars, thanks to everybody for coming through. Even you, Hunter. He said, come on, man. I started laughing. Give me another chance. Come on. No. You don't need another chance. You can do it right here. Go ahead. You got all the chances you want. So make sure y'all hit the like button. Make sure that y'all share the show. Make sure that y'all subscribe to the channel. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, I'd appreciate it. Like I said, we're here every day. Hit the notification bell. To let y'all know exactly when we're going to be here. Let's do these birthday shout outs. We have some birthday shout outs to do. Some people were born on this glorious February 10th, and they deserve to be acknowledged. So let's go on about our business of acknowledging them and making them feel special because they are special because they are special because they are S-P-E-C-I-A-L. Look at the R-E-S-P-E-C-T. They are S-P-E-C-I-A-L. Look at the R-E-S-P-E-C-T. They are S-P-E-C-I-A-L. Look at the R-E-S-P-E-C-T. They get number one out the box. My girl. I've known all the way back since like the 1982, 83, some old crazy stuff like that. My girl Lisa Long turning 57 years old today. And also Adrienne Heights turning 47 years old today. And she's raising money for the fundraiser for Rip the Bandage. Do the damn thing. And also Naomi Fiordomando. Happy birthday to you. And also Kevin Alfred turning 57 years old today. Last but not least, my man Kevin Alfred turning 57 years old today. I want to say happy birthday to all of y'all. And I hope that today finds you all in good health, happiness, mind, body, soul, and spirit. And that goes out to each and every person out there born on this glorious February 10th, anywhere out there in the world, worldwide, internationally, and universally. All of y'all go ahead and turn up. But don't turn up too loud. Just turn up loud enough so everybody can hear you. Rock out, rock on and do the damn, rock out, rock on and do the damn, rock out, rock on and do the damn thing. You do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. You do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. Good things happen to those who wait. Great things happen to those who grind, and anything can happen to those who go for theirs. So go hard, go for yours, and remember, man, listen, when you put somebody on a pedestal, when you think that somebody is so much better than you or so much superior than other people, when you think that they will do things that nobody else will do, or that they've thought of things that nobody else has thought of, or that they will conduct themselves and control themselves in a way that you never thought possible, you are setting yourself up for disappointment. And I'm not saying that you should go around expecting everybody to fail, everybody to falter, everybody to disappoint. What I'm saying is just recognize as everybody as being flesh, hormone, and bone. Flesh, bone, and hormone, just like you. So just like when opportunity breeds a way for you to get over, nobody looking, nobody's going to care, nobody's going to say anything, and you take a chance, somebody will do the same thing when it comes to you. So there's no need to put them on a pedestal. Keep checking people, and keep checking yourself as well. Appreciate y'all. Hit the like button, share the show. Subscribe, hit the like button, share the show, subscribe, hit the like button, share the show, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. We up out of here. We will be back tomorrow at 1 p.m. for another Urban Therapy with Sun show, man. Thanks for coming through. Peace, y'all.